So the thing is like this, a person has to have a pneumistic mabat, a look, an attitude, and how you look at things. You have to look at things with pneumius. Like the muscle. The belzer, he sees a lot of basar, a lot of achilles, but why don't you ask, what are they all eating basar for? What is it? What's the... No, he doesn't ask any questions. More than that, he probably knows why they're eating basar over there in Yerushalayim. But he doesn't stop and think, oh, this is avodas Hashem, this, that. All he sees is the achilles basar shebazeh. But the emes is that we're all guilty of this, each one in his bechina. Let's say you go to shul and we daven and put on tefillin. So we should look at it every day. We're connecting with Hashem. We're going today to connect with Hashem. Our whole life is going to change from this davening. And the Kuzri, the famous lashon of the Kuzri, that a person should see this as his leiv zmano upirya, and the rest of the day is yonik from this time of davening. So the whole day is yonik from that. It means he's living from davening to davening. It's mamish mazon for the nefesh. And we go there and we say, we move our lips and we finish and we're happy. And if they skip tachnun, we're very happy. And the same thing is all kinds of things that we do in our lives. We sit and we waste time. Don't you know that things are important? Everything is important. The Gemara says, "Ein adam nokif etzbo milamata, elam ken machrizin olav milamala." You just bang your finger like this on the table, and it hurts. There was a hachroza milamala. Do we have a musag what a hachroza means? We know here in Eretz Yisrael the derech is that when there's a levaya, so there's a taxi goes by and announces with a loudspeaker, the levaya of so-and-so will go out in this time. It's loud, and sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's even clear, and you can hear what they're saying. And it's loud, and you hear it all over. And it goes from building to building, and it announces there's going to be a levaya. That's a hachroza. Machrizin olav milamala, they announce it. But it must be much more. I mean, once Reb Meir once mentioned it, but a lot of people are getting no kiffets, but a lot of achrozes are going on. Doesn't it get mixed up? But what do we understand how it goes over there? But you have to have a pneumistic look at things. The machrizin olav milamala, things happen to you, things bother you. It's machrizin olav. All that is called a pneumistic look at things. There was once a story with me. Is it all right if I tell a story about myself?
It's okay, yes.
So, I was 35 years ago, or 30 years ago maybe. So we that time it was still we, so we were helped to buy an apartment in Arnov. And the apartment was being built, the building was being built. And we went together, me and my wife then, we're going together to the caplan, to the builder. And she was talking, planning like this, planning like that, planning this wall, that wall, this'll be it, this'll be it. I didn't say a word. I sat there I went along with her, but I didn't say a word. And not because I made a frumkeit of Steinis Dieber or something. I just didn't know what to say. I know 4 walls and a ceiling. But one thing is important to me, that there should be 2 bathrooms. But besides that, what do I know? I don't know what to say. I didn't say a word. Now, one time, she told me, go to the builder. He's there in the street. We were there in Arnov. We didn't yet move in. And tell him that the tiles for the walls of the kitchen is in the machsan of Levi over there. So he should bring it. So I went up, and we were in the street, he was there, so I went up and told him the tiles over there. She told me to say it, so I said what she told me to say. So he starts yelling at me. Don't you know how to make a cheshbon? You made too many tiles, too little tiles. You didn't bring. I didn't know what he's talking about. I didn't understand what he's saying. He's yelling at me, so I went away, but pachei nefesh. I walked away and finished. I told my wife, he yelled at me. So she called him up and she yelled at him. Okay, I should have yelled at him. What do you want from me? But I'm asking a different question. How could you yell at such a person that never said a word? Why didn't you ask yourself, why didn't this person ever say a word? I don't believe that there was ever before me or after me. There was such a couple that they should come and the husband doesn't say a word. We're talking about building a house where they're going to live, and he didn't say a word. I don't think, you'll tell me I'll believe you, but I don't think there was ever another person like that. So couldn't this caplan ask himself, well, if this person didn't say anything, he must be in a different place, in a different league. He must be. So how could I yell at him? He's going to understand what I'm going to say. He belongs in a different place. I mean, so what's there to yell at? So why didn't he think that? And if I yell at him, he's going to know what I'm talking about. That's his language. That's his things. Why didn't he ask himself? The answer is, according to what we explained now, we can understand that story. Because his world is money and money. Buying and selling and planning how to build like this, build like that, how much money. There's nothing else in his world. So when he sees a person, when he sees a ben Adam, he just sees something that there's a way to get money from him. He's like a buyer. He's a buyer. He's not a person. He's a buyer. That's what he is. And a buyer, you yell at. Good, I mean, you have to have good. But he already has me in the hand, so he can yell at me. He doesn't have to worry that I'll go away and buy from somebody else because we already signed the contract. I'm nothing. I'm a buyer. So he can yell at me. That's all he sees. He doesn't see a ben Adam here. So what are you going to say? He should ask himself why the person never talked. So it means he's in a different league than me. First of all, who says he thinks at all? But he can't think because there is nothing in his mind. There is nothing else. So if you're a person and I'm dealing with you, it must be that there's an union of money. So you scream at him that he didn't do it exactly your way. According to my pshat in the Meshech Chochma, so you can understand that story over there. Hashem should save us from this and from Kayotze Bazeh. And we should all be, Reb Tzimmer always says over from one of the tzaddikim, I think the Chozeh Milublin, Hashem Yabik, it says in Posik. He has a Tmunas Hashem. He looks at things with a Tmunas Hashem. He looks at the world. He sees Hashem. It's a world. The Baal Tanya says, Einaich Yonim, it says in Posik. Your eyes are like pigeons. The Posik in Shir Hashem says, what's a pshat pigeons? That they always look at one another. They look straight in the eye. The two pigeons look at one another. It says, Einaich Yonim, that you're always looking at Hashem. You're always looking at Him. It means when you go in the world and you see a bus, you're looking at Hashem. Everything, you see Hashem in everything in the world.
Who says that?
Baal Tanya in the Likutei Torah, he said, I don't know if anybody knows this one. I know it. See, that's a pshat. You have a bat shmei mi, Smunas Hashem Yabik. So then everything is different. Good. We all have this problem. That person, he was an extreme, but we all have it, each one in his way. Hashem should be, we should all be zocher to be mishram and al tzelo, ani l'dodi v'dodi li, it's mamish de'inayich yanim, it should be ani l'dodi v'dodi li. We should, that should bring to aksiva v'chsima tova. And Hashanah tova masuka.
Amen. Shekolach caplan. A happy birthday next week.
Oh, thank you.